So without further ado, I love the expression, Shoshana. Uh, we love an introduction for Shoshanna here. So many of us know who you are, and obviously many know you in the community. Greg, are you on the call? I didn't see you come on, but Greg
I
helped.
am. I
There
am.
you
I
are.
have
Great.
the 1993 profile photo there. So, which is the 20 something to 20 30 years ago me who doesn't know how to use technology. So, yeah. So we have Shoshanna this morning. I mean, introducing her is almost superfluous because we know her, but some of us don't know necessarily her role at Arcata Main Street, and that's actually where I interface with her mostly through my job at economic development. And so um, uh, she's been very creative in that organization. She's been very creative in trying to keep the spirit of Main Street alive, the spirit of downtown alive during COVID, and so they does, as we all know, many great activities, and so we thought we'd have her come and talk to us today about what they've been doing and what's in the future, as we continue to navigate the uncertain waters that we are in pandemic wise. So anyway, with that, I will just I'll turn it over to her, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Greg. And Shoshana, do you have any slides you'd like to share?
Okay. I did make a little slideshow for part of it. Is that okay?
Yeah, no problem. I will stop my share and the screen is yours.
Cool. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me this morning. I'm not usually a fabulous morning person. I'm trying. I'm more of a midnight person. But I was going to represent two things today with our, oh, can you see that nicely? There we go. Oh, no, sorry. Too early. I can't do it early in the morning. Show my slideshow. Just go for it. Whatever. Oh, I can't find it because I did it already and it was great. There we go. Play slideshow. Okay, woohoo. So representing two different things right now. One of them is the Arcata Outdoor Events Grant, and that is a real creative thing that I'm so proud and excited about Arcata for helping get this together, because it feels like really the one thing that's come about in our area to really help event creators do their thing, because it's been so rough and so rocky and so ridiculous. I got pretty good at the spectator-free events plan submission thing with the county, and just some crazy thinking you had to do to be able to get your brain around spectator-free events that people could participate in. My brain seemed to be okay with that, but pivoting and swirling, of course, with every single thing we do all year. But that's what ended up being ARPA funds directed to the city of Arcata was able to direct toward the Playhouse Arts, with which I'm doing a part-time job to help people with the logistics to activate this grant. And local arts agency of Arcata recently designated. They are really making things happen in schools and lots of different programs, Humboldt Hot Air, which I'm also DJ on there, just so many things, but they're overseeing this grant to help events happen since mid-2021. It kind of came into actuality in August-ish. But it also has purchased some infrastructure, like staging, like the big canopy, the Star Stage canopy that our logo designed that based on, and a used stage and some sound equipment, a generator, and a circus tent coming very soon, which you'll be able to see in the field in the Creamery District soon, and some of the outdoor event permitting fees are accommodated by this grant, and some logistical support. So it's really cool. We've been doing it all over town, the plaza definitely, with art markets and other events, the Creamery Field that is where Open Doors administrative offices are. Tom Parrott is so accommodating for all the fun things. Redwood Park is possible. Carlson Park is a newer place that if you haven't seen that yet, events there have been pretty cool. You could do things at Crab Stadium and a lot of different places in the times they let you do that during the year. What kinds of things? Art markets, festivals, performances, parades, Arts Arcata, Holiday Fund, lots of kinds of things we've tucked under this grant. It's really allowed a lot of organizations to do their thing. One of my proudest moments ever was after North Country Fair was canceled. The Arcata Playhouse took on the All Species Parade, and the last Sunday art market with Arcata Main Street was able to accommodate not only the puppet slam by the sanctuary, but also the samba parade. And that was just an epic moment of the year. I think that was one of my really super favorite moments. When, as much as possible, till our grant funding runs out, of course. But we have these assets that can continue to help people. But there's some extra help for event creators. It doesn't pay artists, but it definitely makes it so much easier to put on an event so that you can use your meager sponsorship money or whatever you have, or to be able to pay the artists to do their thing. And lots of groups have been worked with this year. People can figure out how to submit an application, or it's like a Google form, just submitting intention to put on an event. People are at different stages, like I want this date, I want this location, or they're kind of fuzzy and they know they just want to do something. Then they can. I have a page at the Playhouse website where people can click on a button and submit their event that they want to put on in the community. We've put on a lot of things so far. I think that their target goal of people impacted by the grant was like 500. We've lots more people than that have gotten to be part of events. Lots of the Sunday art markets on the plaza, partnering with Main Street in the summer, and also the holiday series. Several outdoor arts Arcata events have been experimenting with, because virtual just wasn't quite cutting it, but doing these little outside things have been successful. Small things, Dia de los Muertos screen printing event, All Species Parade, Halloween things, migrations. And that was a really cool citywide use of all the little playgrounds and parks. Several events at Carlson Park. Kuna, with Cooperation Humboldt, has been contracted to do several events annually, and they've really been utilizing the resources of this grant. The Fall Festival with Six Rivers Montessori, which is trying to struggle to stay alive right now, if you know anyone who loves that school. And in 2022, we're excited about doing more Arts Arcata things in the center of the plaza, more events with Kuna, a summer concert series potentially, more art markets, family fun series in the circus tent. I'm sure you'll wonder about that, and lots more things. Just collaborating with different organizations. That's the Star Stage. It is so cool. It goes up in 20 minutes and comes down in 20 minutes, and the engineering's really fun, and it's great for bands. It pushes music forward. It has to go places without irrigation, so that's tricky on some spots like the plaza, but I'm determined to figure out a way to do more things. And that open area in the center of the plaza has been interesting to figure out how to use really well, but a cool space for events coming up. And that's my whole little slideshow there with some of the pretty pictures from the last several months of outdoor events. Any questions about that? Or I guess I could flip into the Arcata Main Street part 2 and do all the questions at the end. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. I had coffee and it's early, but I'm barreling on through. With Arcata Main Street, a lot of the things we've been able to do have been because of this outdoor events grant, to be able to make these the Sunday art markets happen, and Arts Arcata, and any little events that have been able to be possible. That roller skating event we were able to sneak on the top of the Chamber of Commerce 4th of July parade last year was super fun. We've been trying to get that going again. Something like that. Delta didn't help, and then it's like we didn't want to gather. We wanted to make that be kind of a celebration with HSU students coming back, but we've deferred that. But we have the ideas for doing something like that in the future. People really had some fun at that. We are really excited. We got nominated for the Chamber of Commerce's Hospitality and Tourism Business Leadership Award. So yay! So vote for us if you think we've done a good job. I've been really trying to develop memberships this year. That was something that was just kind of started in 2019 a bit, and then COVID happened and it's been reemerging. So it is not funded through tax dollars. It's got a little bit of support from the city of Arcata, but Main Street definitely is relying more on memberships and sponsorships and engagement from the local business community to keep things rolling, keep things going, and being able to offer more stuff for sure. We are doing a membership event at our Arcata Theater Lounge, hopefully on March 25th. The Community Ambassador Program Arcata is developing. Arcata Main Street is trying to be helping to develop that, to try to have this position would be a paid position, a couple people, they're designing the program, but it would be a team of people that would be able to help with promotion of activities downtown, business liaison-ish, and also like graffiti and talking to people, giving resources to folks, trying to be eyes and ears downtown to know what's going on and help make the atmosphere and good for people who want to come down, walking people to their cars. It's a developing program, but really interesting. And it's a pilot program, an experiment with COVID dollars to try and get that launched and established in Arcata. So we're trying to be involved in that. excited to collaborate more with HSU. There's been talk of artwork on the project up at the footbridge to try to connect HSU to downtown, this kind of corridor, and we're really excited to do whatever we can to make the destination on the plaza a welcoming, happy environment for folks. What else? Season of Wonder and Light was lovely. The decorations we've had that Main Street's been having for like I think 8 years or so are falling apart. The garlands they've rusted, they're falling apart. We need to figure out something for decorations for downtown for this next year. So we're trying to start that early. And if anyone has any passions, ideas, thoughts that they want to put into it, now is a great time to chat about the decorations at the end of the year so that they happen. That we can figure out a plan for some of that. So if you have any cool ideas, cool idea time is great. The coupon book, I made a coupon book for Awesome Arcata coupon book. Super proud and delighted about that. I found an old coupon book from 2005 in the storage unit and recreated it. And that was fun. I'd say the Samba Parade and the coupon book are some of my favorite things I've been a part of. We're working on developing Arts Arcata as an outdoor event, trying to pull and lure businesses to stay open a little longer to make that atmosphere of people walking around and enjoying downtown. And we've started a quarterly ticketed event. We did one in December that was a wine, chocolate, and cheese event that was super fun. We're looking to do that in March with more beer and bakeries, including like bread and cookies, and then having a couple of those a year. So those will hopefully be something to feature local makers and producers and be fundraisers for Main Street to diversify its income stream, because it's only been Oyster Festival all this time and we're trying to figure out Oyster Festival, and that is the most daunting and scary thing in my mind, but I keep getting connected with it right now. But we are looking at a 3-day event right now. It's still in kind of the COVID pivoting resilience, oh dear, what can we make out of this, that can actually really happen and be planned on happening now and be a solid, sure thing and be resilient and flexible and be able to pivot and swirl, as the my motto is for this whole like 2-year experience, is pivoting and swirling. And so we're definitely evolved enough with the ideas with the planning for Oyster Festival that we would welcome anyone who's interested in participating, or by the end of January it'll be really set up to participate in smoothly, but we welcome you. So any questions about any of that?
Wow. Shoshana. Wow. I feel a little bit like an underachiever this morning.
I'm exhausted.
And I'm part-time. I'm working 20 hours a week at Main Street. We just got an administrative assistant and a really cool intern from HSU. So it's so exciting.
So obviously open to questions, but just a quick comment. You know that Arcata Main Street can count on Sunrise if you need, we've got this little thing going on. I need 3 or 4 people versus we've got this big thing going on. We need 20 or 30 people. We're there for you. So just reach out. Any questions or comments? I don't even know where to start. That's a lot.
We don't want it to get boring. We want it to be something happening.
Nothing boring about that. Any questions or comments from the gallery here? I've seen a lot of appreciation. I see Kenneth agrees with you. Coffee is life. Oh my goodness. So what is, I know Oyster Fest is, when we say that, you probably cringe because it's a big deal, but what do you have any tentative needs for human power at that event coming up?
I think so. What we're designing is a 3-day celebration of aquaculture, beverage makers, and culinary artistry in Humboldt County. Having the oyster judging has been happening as a tour, and thinking about something along those lines on Thursday, Friday being a real showcase on the makers, the aquaculture, food producers in our area, and utilizing potentially that really cool circus tent. No one asked about the circus tent yet. This is 40 by 80 foot circus tent that will be put upable in a couple of different places around town, but one is that Creamery Field that's on 8th Street, and this is going to be a red and blue epic circus tent, which will be so cool. It'll be up all April for the Arcata Playhouse's Family Fun series, so people will be able to see it up and about and have different community events that'll be happening around it and in it, and that'll be what we are looking at. So also, if other organizations want to use it the week before, the week after, it's cool when it's up for a little bit, so it's not easy to throw it up and take it down at the star stage. But then that 3rd day, Saturday, would be more of a festival style event, but try to activate places all throughout the area that are excited about participating and really bring business to lots of places and people and organizations.
Fantastic. Carol, I think I saw your hand go up.
Yeah, I have a question. Wow, what amazing work you're doing. Thank you so much. It's overwhelming. A lot of us involved in different organizations. Are the organizations that you help with events and lend out equipment, is that just in the Arcata area? Is it the greater Humboldt Bay area? What are the guidelines for
For
that?
the Arcata Outdoor Events Grant, it is stuff happening in Arcata. We have a lot of places things can happen, but it's to support events in Arcata. And I wish that our county would do something at the same kind of idea.
No kidding.
It's really successful, and it's an interestingly designed idea, but it's designed to be like a template that could be used other places. This type of a
Yeah.
grant.
I had in mind a sand sculpture festival we need help with, but yeah. I hopefully the county. That's a great idea. Great idea to push.
Cool. This was definitely a creatively used. It's like about $100,000 grant, and it's been very creatively allocated to really have stuff that will stick around for a long time, and also some immediate resources too.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yay, sand sculptures. That's cool.
Any other questions or comments? That was a lot to take in. I'm just so impressed at how much you're getting done. Dick, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say I'm exhausted now. Holy moly. That was
That's
Anybody
just,
has-
a great presentation. Thank you.
If anybody has a 50-foot square diameter area, I can pop up that star stage and you can see how cool it is and get ideas for events. But Sundays
cool.
can be really fun. Like, it's been really fun having some things happen on Sundays, to have an additional day of positive, lovely things happening downtown, and trying to get a summer concert series worked up for the summer. So that'll be something we're definitely invited sponsors to participate in. And wouldn't it be cool if there could be a summer concert series on the plaza and in Carlson Park, like simultaneously having something cool happen in both places. So yeah, if there's any interest in any of these things, come on in.
Maggie made a great point in the chat there. Depending on what we decide in our spring fundraiser, this could be very helpful if we do an outdoor event. I saw in one of your slides there, it looks like you have maybe a portable PA and that pop up, and what other sorts of outdoor assist resources are available?
Yeah, the PA is great. It has Bluetooth also, and speaker stands to be up on. It's not great if you're really, like a Marla Joy. She's a mini band. She thinks it's not good enough for her fabulous band. She'd rather use her own equipment, but it really works well for a lot of smaller bands or for playing music for events. It's good. It does a nice job for the markets that we have, unless Marla's there and she looks at it like disparagingly. But yeah, it works well. And we have a generator, a Furman Whisper generator. We also sent someone off to Oroville to get this big stage. So we have 6 4x8 foot platforms for stages. It's about 12 inches off the ground, but it makes a nice smooth surface for having a band play outside without having to go rent a stage for $500. There is a stage available to utilize. Really heavy, you have to get it there, but that's a really nice thing for a lot of our performers locally, not have to perform on, because the places you can put the star stage are not the nice irrigated smooth grass. They're the ones with the gopher holes, and it's a little less smooth. So it's nice to have that, and the star stage tent and the circus tent and something else I can't remember right now.
Wonderful. Shoshanna, how do folks sign up to set aside that equipment for use?
So they can I have many different, like all my different hats, but you can email Arcata Main so you don't get to the right place. But also Shoshanna at arcataplayhouse.org is my site of me that helps to facilitate that. On the arcataplayhouse.org website, there is the Outdoor Events Grant page. I'm trying to make it more visible, but under events right now, but I'm trying to make it more visible, and I'll pop the link to that in the chat too. So, but anyone could just reach out. I'll direct you to the Google form just so you can sketch it out. But definitely the resources be available to Rotary events that are happening outside. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, Shoshanna, thank you so much for updating us and filling us in. That, a lot of us go to one thing or another, but when you take all that in a whole group, it's so much, and it's so appreciated by our community. As we will be making a donation in your name in recognition for speaking here today to the Wheelchair Foundation that provides wheelchair access for people that could not otherwise afford it. So thanks again for coming to speak with us today. We really appreciate your energy, and please message also where you source your coffee, because I think we want that when we get back to our meetings in person.
Humboldt Bay Coffee Company, I think.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to see everybody's faces this morning.
Thank you.